The MRI machine is loud, God, louder than I expected. They told me it would knock and hum and clang, and they weren't lying. The technician put the headphones on me and asked what music I wanted, and I couldn't think of a single song. Isn't that wild? 43 years of music in my life, and my brain went completely blank. I said classical. I don't even really listen to classical, but here I am with violins fighting the hammering and a panic button in my right hand they told me to squeeze if I needed to come out, and I'm trying very hard not to need to come out. So I figured I'd talk to you instead, since I can't move, and I can't scratch the itch on my nose, and I can't check the time. There's nothing left to do in here except think, and thinking alone in this tube is not a safe activity for me right now. You already know why I'm here. The headaches that didn't go away. The thing the doctor said with that careful voice doctors use when they're trying not to scare you. The week of waiting for this appointment. The way I've been pretending to my family that I'm fine because I didn't want to make it real by saying it out loud. My husband knows. My sister knows. Nobody else. I've been carrying this around like contraband for 9 days. And I can feel it now. The pressure, all of it at once, in my jaw, behind my eyes, in the way my breath is shallower than it needs to be. The technician said try to lie still and breathe normally, and I thought, sir, those two instructions are at war with each other. Normal breathing requires not being in a coffin-shaped magnet, wondering if your brain has something growing in it. I'm trying to be brave. I really am. But brave is a thing I've always done by staying busy, and they took my phone and my hands and my distractions, and now there's just me and you and a very loud machine. Help me, God. Just help me through the next however many minutes this is. I don't need answers right now. I don't need a diagnosis dropped into my heart prophetically. I just need to not lose it in here. Steady the part of me that wants to spiral. Keep me on this side of the panic button. Let the music in the headphones be louder in my head than the worst-case scenarios. You know what's funny? And I don't mean ha-ha funny, I mean the strange kind. I've prayed harder in the last week than I have in the last year. Pressure does that, and it strips the small talk right out of a prayer. Suddenly, I'm not thanking you for the pretty sunrise. I'm gripping the sheets at 2 a.m., asking you, please, 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 not this, not now, not me. And I feel a little embarrassed about that, honestly, that it took something scary to make me actually need you instead of just including you. I'm sorry for that. Not in a guilt way, in a humbled way. You deserved more of me before this. The machine just changed pitch. Now it sounds like a woodpecker on a metal door. I almost laughed. It's so absurd. I'm lying here praying about my mortality with what sounds like a malfunctioning printer 6 inches from my face. Okay, deep breath, slow. I keep coming back to this thing my grandmother used to say. She'd had cancer twice and lost a son and buried a husband, and she used to sit in her rocker and say, baby, the worst thing that could happen to me has already happened, and God walked me out of it. I didn't understand what she meant when I was younger. I thought she was being morbid. Now I think she was telling me something I needed to remember today. Whatever this scan shows, you've walked people through worse. You've walked her through worse. The ground I'm scared of standing on is ground other people have already crossed with you holding their hand. I'm not the first person to be afraid in a hospital gown. I won't be the last. That helps a little, not all the way, but a little. I want to tell you what's underneath the fear. It's not really death, I mean, it is kind of, but more than that, it's the people I'd leave half finished. My kids aren't done growing up. My husband and I have plans for the cabin. My mom is 81, and I always assumed I'd be the one taking care of her, not the other way around. There's a friend I haven't called back in 2 months because I've been too tired, and now I'm in this machine wishing I had called her. Why do we do that, God? Why do we save the people we love for a tomorrow that isn't promised? I don't want to be that kind of person anymore. If I get out of here with good news, I'm calling her. I'm calling a lot of people. That's not a bargain with you. That's just something I've decided. The pressure is easing a little. I don't know if it's the breathing or the praying or just the body running out of adrenaline, but my hands aren't as cold as they were 10 minutes ago. The squeeze ball is still in my palm, but I'm not gripping it like I was. That feels like you, that subtle shift, the way the air in the room changes when somebody walks in even before you see them. You walked in. You've been in here the whole time, probably. I just finally noticed. There's a verse I keep in my back pocket for moments like this. He is a refuge in times of trouble. That's it. Not a fortress that promises nothing bad happens. A refuge. A place to go while the trouble is happening. That's what I needed to remember. You're not the absence of the storm. You're the shelter inside it. I'm in the storm right now. The machine is still banging. My mind is still loud. But I have a place to be. I'm in you. The trouble doesn't stop being trouble, but it stops being the only thing in the room. If the news next week is bad, I'm going to be devastated. I'm not going to pretend otherwise. I'll cry, I'll be angry, I'll have hard nights, but I won't be alone in any of it. That's the promise I'm choosing to hold. Not that the cup will pass from me, that you'll be in the cup with me all the way down. If the news is good, don't let me forget this scan. Don't let me go right back to my old habits and treating you like background music. Let this be a marker. Let me look back at this magnet and remember what it felt like to actually need you and find you here. The technician's voice just came through the speaker. Halfway done. Halfway, okay. If you're somewhere right now waiting for results, sitting in a chair you didn't want to be in, holding news you haven't told anyone, I'm in here too. The pressure is real, and so is the one who shows up inside it.